Well, first of all, it was well pitched on both sides, and that's kind of what you know you're going to get playing UCLA. They're gonna pitch it really well, and they're gonna play good, sound, fundamental baseball. And I thought we did a really good job with some traffic, with Ayers doing a nice job getting out of it, and then Zach Collier coming in, following Kyle. Kind of fell behind, not the way you want to do it, but got 2 fly balls and got out of the inning. So I thought that was key. I thought they had some momentum through the middle stretch, and but I thought we took good at bats in the 8th. Or in the 7th, Brody got a base hit with 2 outs, so extended the inning, and then again Silva in the 8th inning, extending the inning and having to bring in Del Vecchio, which anytime on a Friday night you can spend some of their bullets on some guys. Those are big innings, even though we didn't score. I thought having to, bring Del Vecchio's warming up really since the 3rd inning, so to be able to get him in the game and hopefully spend a couple of his bullets as the weekend kind of goes on, I thought was key. But, I thought, what an at-bat in the 9th inning. I don't know how many pitches it was, 14, which, that's a pitch count killer, but anytime you get locked in one of those, you want to win it. And, I think that was a huge momentum swing in terms of winning that at bat. And then, just like baseball always does, you bring in Gabe Miranda and he's ready, and Coach Bruce had him in position perfectly in terms of ground ball right at him. So just a really good Friday night.
Coach, 31 pitches right on the night. What's that mean for his weekend availability?
Well, he's going to fight me if I tell him he's not available. So we'll see how the game progresses tomorrow. But to go back to your question in terms of, I thought the game was in balance, after Collier walked the leadoff guy in the 8th inning. So, we had built Ben up leading up to the season as a starting pitcher. So the amount of pitches didn't worry me. It's just a matter of, kind of like you said, where you think a little bit long term in terms of, okay, what does Saturday, what does Sunday look? But those games don't matter. You got to win the game in front of you. And I thought at that point, you got to bring in Ben there, and he did what Ben does. And but I thought they took some really good swings and had a good approach against them. And it's gonna be a tough game again tomorrow.
On the front end of things, you were looking for a longer start
Yeah.
from your guy tonight until he hit you 7 strikeouts. Looked like he was a lot more comfortable in the second half.
Yeah, I thought his off-speed stuff was a lot sharper. And when I took him out, just said, hey, we got to the 6th. So the next time out, let's get through 6 and let's get into the 7th. So that sets you up for a lot more success and not having to run through a bunch of guys in the bullpen. And so kind of our plan of attack was kind of the guys that we used. And, it's you got to take care of Friday night first and not worry about Saturday or Sunday. So, but I thought he did really well in terms of, he lost it a little bit, probably a little too many walks than he'd like, but again, you got to give UCLA a lot of credit. They had a good plan against them, and he executed, high majority pitches.
I know you're talking about one game at a time, but
Yeah.
8 games in 10 days.
Yeah.
How do you manage that? You
Yeah.
even think about it?
No, not really. You think about it in terms of there's going to be a lot of guys that haven't gotten the ball that are going to get the baseball, in this 8 out of 10 stretch. And so sometimes you like to do that at the beginning of the year where, you get more guys in there that to give them opportunities just because there is, a lot of innings to cover. And so, the Traegers and Storm and, a lot of guys down there that haven't got in, their time's coming, and it's, they're prepared for it and looking forward for their opportunity. And 8 out of 10 is, it's a fun stretch, as long as you take care of business and play well. And but we're gonna have to have all hands on deck for the next 9 days for sure.
We talked this offseason about being able to win games in different ways.
Mhm.
You talked about the versatility of this team. How affirming is that to have seen that play out through these first 5 games and have it on paper now?
Yeah, well, I think after last weekend, our goal, we talked about we're a good pitching staff, and we're going to get it figured out. And, I thought you saw a little bit better glimpses of it tonight. I thought Kyle coming in there to pick up Tolley, I thought he was really, really good, in the 6th inning. And so, it's kind of more of your West Coast type of ball game. Not a lot of crooked numbers. I think we rolled a couple, but they were, we limited them from getting the crooked number, which I think was big. And it always comes down to, in my opinion, getting the leadoff hitter out. When you get the leadoff hitter out, the percentages the numbers go down in terms of crooked innings. So, you know, our goal is to make sure we do a really good job, ready to pitch and play defense from pitch one of an inning, and not allow, you know, I think 18 out of 36 innings last week resulted in the first batter reaching base. That's tough to pitch with traffic. So, you know, I thought we rebounded well from the pitching side of things, and I thought we took some really good at bats. That's a really good pitcher that we faced, and you know, he did a good job of mixing pitches. You know, a lot of breaking balls and fastball counts, and so, you know, we have our hands full from an approach standpoint. And but I thought it was just a really good Friday night game.